Boo Boo bringing crafting to you, and today I'm going to show you how to make this reveal tag. So you pull up and it's a happy birthday tag, so you've got a different thing on top. You could add more on here as well, lifting up, but that's reveal tag, and then you can write to and from on the back. Right, so the first thing that we need to do is cut out a tag. Now this is one from the Bonanza Buddies, but there are lots of tags that come out in Stampin' Up, and I will tell you the measurements, because if you just wanted to do this as a cut this size, and you could just cut into there, and you could use, there's many tags that you could use here to put that little bit in. You could really do the same sort of thing with the Happy Hippo dies. They would work with this, and they've got some little things that you can put in as tags. So there is lots in the catalogue, if you look through, that do have the dies. This one, so it measures 2 1/8 by, if you did it 3 7/8. So you could do that size, and then just put yourself a little thing if you haven't got that. But as I say, there are lots of tags. There's some brand new tags, but you can just adapt this idea that I'm doing today with any of your tag dies that you've got. And there is a brand new set in the new catalogue as well. Now from the rectangles, stitch rectangles, I'm using the second size up and the third size up. So once you've cut out your tag, you are going to use the second size one up and just place it with equal increments going all the way round. And I'm just going to fasten that on here. Now I always like to put, so when you've got it, you feel you've got it equal, put your sticky notes going inside. That way, if it does mark your card, it's only marked your inside and not split your tag. So as I say, as I'm just eyeballing it, I'm not measuring it, I'm just trying to make sure it's as equal as possible, and then just put it in place. So I'm going to run that through my mini. So I want my base plate 1 and 2, and then I've got that's the way I want it, another 2 on top. So I'm just going to bring my mini in and just take this through. Now we do want to save the bit that we've taken off, because we're going to stick that onto our piece of DSP. So there, that looks lovely. It's stitched on both sides then, but it doesn't matter if you haven't got one to stitch on the outside, it'll still look nice. As I say, there are lots of tags in the new catalogue, so just peel that off ready. Okay, and leave that to one side, so I'll move that out of the way. You will also need to cut yourself out of the third size up. You will need a pattern piece of DSP. I've just got some scraps lying about, so I'm doing a bit of scrap busting, so I've got that. And then you want to cut yourself either out in white or so basic white. This is very vanilla, that I've got one out. Now it's the beautiful side that I've got, and then the other side of it, I want to use it so that you see the best side for for writing your greeting on, to and from, etc. So I'm going to stamp on this now. So I'm using Welcoming Windows, and I'm using the plant pot, and then I'm going to use this foliage and this one here to go on top, because those two go together and those two go together. Okay, so I haven't got Calypso Coral, and that is the colour that I have got in my card choice, but I've got a terracotta Stampin' Right markers. So don't forget, you can use your Stampin' Right markers to stamp with. Now I'm just going to coat this up, and then I'm just going to stamp it off to see what it's like and see where I need to put more of my ink. So I'm using the side of it and just really coat it in my ink, and I'm happy with that. I'll just put my lid back on. I'll just breathe on this to keep it moist, and then I'm just going to pop my frame over so I can see I want to go above that about there. So I'm going to stamp that about there, hold it down a second or two. There we go. Now I can remove that and move that out of the way. Then I've got the foliage now. Put the foliage on a block, I think. Did I put the, yes, put the foliage on a block. So I'm going to see how I want my foliage going. I think I want it like that. So I'm going to stamp that in Granny Apple Green. So I'm just going to really ink my foliage up. So getting my foliage all inked up, and I'm happy I've got that inked up well. I'm going to pop that like that on there in the middle. Hold that a second or two, and then take that off. And then our last one, so I'm just going to put that on. I'm going to use Daffodil Delight and ink this up. So I am using Daffodil Delight. And then we're going to position this here and make sure I've got my flowers where I want them. About there, and then stamp those down. I'll do it a second or two, and there we go. So move those out of the way, and then I want a happy birthday. Now on the welcoming window I've got a thank you, which you could put the thank you there if it was a thank you tag. My sweet friend, welcome, sending sunshine. So they've got some lovely sentiments on there, but I want to do a happy birthday. So I forgot to get a happy birthday. Just want one that I've got lots of I've just picked a quick one. Mine's from Oval Occasions, but there are loads of happy birthdays that you can use from lots of different stamp sets. I'm just gonna have to go with this one because I forgot to get it out before filming. There'll be lots of brand new sets that's got great happy birthdays in that you can use. As I say, I'm just gonna go for this one, and I think now what colour do I want that in? So I'm going to do that there. I think I'm going to go for that being in black. So I'll just get my Versafine and got them into there. Just use my Versafine, and this is a lovely black ink. That's lovely. Looks as though it's inked up well. And I'll just pop that up there. Okay, just hold that down a second or two. There we go. So that's a lovely happy birthday. Clean those later. Right, now what we need to do is put our frame to the back. So that's my front. I'm going to put my frame to the back, and I've got a piece of acetate that measures 1 7/8 by 3 inches. And I'm just going to put glue dots all the way down the edge and going across the top. So I'll get my mini glue dots, and I'm going to pop those on the 4 corners. So I'm going to pop them on the 4 corners to start. Right, I used quite a few of these yesterday, so there's one. So I'm just going to pop that right on the corner, and another one right on the corner, and then another one right on the corner, and another one right on the corner, and then I think I'll put one just in the middle going down, and one on the other side in the middle. That's it. Let's make sure that it was that way round. So yeah, so I'm just gonna give it an equal increment. So we don't want the glue dots to go over the top. I'm just going to pop those down there like that. And then I'm going to use my, what's it called? My foam adhesive tape. So I'll just round these round on my glue dots and pop those out of the way. So use my foam adhesive tape. I just love this tape, as I was telling you yesterday. It's absolutely great. It's lasted me quite a long time so far. There we go. So, oops. Oh, that's going around the bottom. So just where's my scissors? Because you can use it all. Don't forget, you can use every last bit of it. So I'm going to go quite close to the edge. So I'm just going to stay really about where my stitch line is, and I'm just going to pop this so that I can make sure I've got it in between. Okay, so go right to the top there, and then I'm going to cut that piece off there, and then we'll start, can do the bottom here, going across, and the bit at the bottom I'll use as well. So let's just pop that in to where, and then I should have just probably popped that a little bit further over. So use your tag, this one that's going to go in and out, use that as your guide. And I don't think, no, I've put that too firmly, so I think it will work when it's on there. So use that as a guide. I did put on this side right by, is it gonna focus, right by the stitching. I think I needed to have put this side just slightly over. This one's still okay, it's still within it, but I would have preferred it to be slightly looser, but we'll see when I finish it off what it's like. Okay, so I just need a little bit more. I think I've got that little bit that will fit there. As I say, you can use every last bit of this. I'm going to guess about there, so guess that is there. Push that in a bit. Okay, so that will go in and out like that. So we are going to put this on top now. So I'm just going to peel the back. Now you can see I've only done a U shape. That's all you can do, a U shape. You can't do it over the top, because if you did it over the top, it would not slide in and out. So just need to line these up as you can. So lining those up. There we go. And then just press that down. So that's going to be when it reveals. And then this is going to slot in now. There we go, it still works. Okay, so I'm all right where I did stick it. Now, you're just going to cut some, and did I cut it? I think I just used my scissors. You just want to cut this roughly in about half. Okay, so this is the piece that we took out. I'm just going to straighten that actually. I ought to have done it with my paper trimmer, so I'm just going to pop it in my paper trimmer to use this. So this doesn't have to be an exact measurement. You just need it so that it's going to stick over by about that much. So I'm going to then get my glue and pop that on about that much of it. Okay, so just so that it will stick down, and then of course we'll stick this. So I'm just going to look at my other one. So it's got equal on either side, so we're just going to put it about there. Just going to press that down and just leave it to dry a few seconds or more. And while we're doing that, I'm going to get some ribbon. Now there's some beautiful gold ribbon in the catalogue. I haven't got any of that. So what I'm going to use is the gold from the Boho Indigo. But as I say, there is some beautiful new gold ribbon in the catalogue that will be absolutely perfect for this, but I haven't got any currently, so I'm using my Boho Indigo. Now don't put it on the top one, you've got to thread it through the bottom one. So I'm going to go in through the back and see if I've got this right. So let's thread it through, and I'm just going to cut a little bit off. So cut a little bit off there, putting it through the back so to look nice on the back. I'm going to make sure that they're equal, and then put that right. I've done it wrong way, I've threaded it wrong way, you would. So take it out. So now you're going to thread it from the back to the front. That's it. I sometimes get that wrong. So back through, and that actually is an easy way of doing it. And then pull that. There we go. To do that. And then just cut your ribbon at an angle. So I'm going to cut one like that, one like that, and then we've got, see, did I make that go wonky at the last minute? Nearly dry, but just movable. And then that just pops in there like that. So that's how the tag looks. And then you lift that out and wishing you happy birthday. Okay, so there are two different ones that I've made. This was from the Boho Indigo paper that I did with that one. This one, I don't know, but I'll tell you what would make beautiful ones of these, and that's the hand penned. I haven't got any at the moment, but that will be something that I'm going to invest in, because the hand pen paper I just think is absolutely gorgeous. and we have actually got from the 1st of July, I think it's 15% off selected papers. Now it won't be the speciality papers, but it will, I think, be papers like the hand penned. It won't be the one that goes with the artistically inked, because that's got gold in. So anything that's got gold or silver threads in, or speciality papers, won't be 15% off, but your other papers will. And I think I'm going to invest in some hand penned paper because it's absolutely gorgeous. So I hoped you liked those. So I'll just stick those to show you. Oops, what happened there? Thought bits of the ribbon that I've got went in there. So I'm just going to stick that like that so you can see how they're meant to be. So thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate that you'd stop by. If you're on my YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe and press the notification bell so that you won't miss any future videos that I upload. If you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. If you see things that I've used old paper with, if I become your demonstrator, you can request and I will send you the paper. That could be part of your free gift that I will send you when you shop with me. So there's lots of freebies when you spend with me. So thank you, as I say. If you want to be a demonstrator yourself, to be a discount shopper, or you want to turn it into a business, either way, I'd love to have you on my team. We have some great fun. So there's no forcing you to sell anything, no forcing you to do any videos. It's a wonderful company to be a demonstrator for. Their products are absolutely excellent. And even if when I was not a demonstrator, I shopped with Stampin' Up. And if I drop from being a demonstrator, I will still shop with Stampin' Up, because the quality of the papers, the quality of the card, I just love how everything coordinates together. It's just beautiful. Inks, papers, card, everything, ribbon, all coordinates very beautifully. And it takes all the hard work. And the brand new kits, I just love the kits, because if you've not been anybody that crafts before, getting one of the kits to craft with, you can choose Stampin' Up or non-stamping kits. They're dead easy. There's excellent instructions. If you wanted any help with or any demos with them, I will do that for you. Just request it and I'll do that for you. So thank you very much. Appreciate that you've dropped by. Stay safe, stay well. Bye for now.